The stars stretched infinitely, their cold light flickering like ancient beacons in the void. Among them, humanity's boldest creation drifted, the Eclipse, a marvel of human ingenuity designed to explore beyond the boundaries of our solar system. In the year 2157, Earth had outgrown its cradle. Mars was colonized, the asteroid belt was mined for resources, and humanity's hunger for exploration had only grown stronger. The eclipse carried that ambition and its risks into the unknown. This was not just a mission of science, but a leap of faith into the uncharted. Inside the eclipse, preparations were in full swing. The crew, a hand-picked team of scientists, engineers, and security personnel, moved with purpose. At the helm stood Captain Sarah Keller, a woman of unwavering resolve, tasked with leading humanity's first interstellar mission. She addressed her crew with steady confidence, her voice carrying the weight of responsibility. She told them of their mission, to explore the Tau Ceti system, to seek out new worlds, and to bring back the knowledge that would safeguard humanity's future. Among her officers was Dr. Ethan Morales, an astrophysicist who had spent years preparing for this moment. To him, this was not just a scientific endeavor, but a dream come true. At her side was Commander Raj Patel, whose calm demeanor balanced Keller's intensity. And then there was Elena Torres, a sharp-witted engineer who thrived on solving the impossible. As the crew strapped in, the engines of the Eclipse roared to life. The ship entered hyperspace, and the familiar view of Earth and its solar system melted into a kaleidoscope of light. Months of travel stretched before them, but the promise of discovery outweighed the isolation of deep space. When the ship finally emerged from hyperspace, the Tau Ceti system unfolded before them, its sun burning warmly against the cold of space. Among the planets that orbited it, one immediately stood out. It was a world of blue oceans and green continents, a vision of Earth in its infancy. The crew named it Eden Prime, for it seemed to hold the promise of paradise. As the eclipse descended into its atmosphere, the crew was awestruck by its beauty. Vast forests of glowing trees stretched across the landscape. Rivers of silver shimmered under a sky with twin moons, and the air itself seemed alive with a faint hum. But Eden Prime held more than natural beauty. As the humans explored the surface, they discovered structures, tall, crystalline towers that glowed faintly in the twilight. These were not the works of nature. Someone or something lived here. It wasn't long before they made contact. Emerging from the forest were tall, humanoid beings with shimmering metallic skin and glowing eyes. They moved with an elegance that seemed both alien and familiar. These were the Zoryans, and they had been expecting humanity. Through a translator device, their leader introduced herself as Seren. Seren welcomed the humans warmly, offering peace and a sharing of knowledge. She spoke of how the Zoryans had watched Earth's development for centuries, intrigued by humanity's creativity and resilience. The humans were escorted to the Zoryan capital, a city unlike anything they had imagined. Towering spires of crystal seemed to grow naturally from the earth, connected by floating platforms and energy bridges that pulsed with a soft light. The Zoryans shared their technology freely, explaining energy systems that seemed to defy the very laws of physics. For Dr. Morales, it was a revelation. He marveled at how the Zoryans harnessed energy from quantum fields, an advancement that could solve every energy problem on Earth. He envisioned a future where this knowledge could terraform barren worlds and power humanity's growth into the stars. But not everyone was at ease. Captain Keller watched Seren closely, noting how the Zoryan leader asked probing questions about Earth, its resources, its population, and its defenses. The Zoryans' interest felt calculated, not benevolent. Elena Torres, ever curious and skeptical, decided to explore beyond the areas the Zoryans allowed them to see. She stumbled upon a hidden chamber in one of their facilities. Inside, she found holographic maps of Earth, displaying its continents, cities, and even military installations. Key locations were marked in detail: power plants, defense systems, and communication hubs. It was clear the Zoryans had been studying Earth for a long time, and this wasn't the curiosity of allies. It was the planning of a predator. Elena returned to the Eclipse and shared her discovery with Captain Keller and Dr. Morales. Together, they pieced together the chilling truth. The Zoryans didn't see humanity as equals. They saw Earth as a resource, a prize to be taken. Determined to get answers, Captain Keller confronted Seren. She demanded to know why the Zoryans had detailed maps of Earth and why they were so interested in humanity's weaknesses. Seren's demeanor shifted. The warmth in her tone faded, replaced by a cold certainty. Seren explained that Earth was rich with resources humanity squandered. To the Zoryans, Earth was too valuable to remain under the control of what they considered an inferior species. "You should be honored," Seren said, her voice calm but chilling. "Your world will soon be part of the Zoryan order. We will bring order to your chaos. It is the natural way of the universe." Captain Keller realized they had to leave immediately. Humanity had to be warned. The Zoryans were quick to act. Before the humans could return to their ship, the Zoryans disabled its systems. It seemed there was no way out. But the crew of the Eclipse wasn't ready to surrender. Elena, working against the clock, used her ingenuity to bypass the Zoryan lockdown. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew fought to hold off the Zoryans who had surrounded the ship. After a tense struggle, the Eclipse powered up. The engines roared and the ship lifted off, escaping into the upper atmosphere. Zoryan fighters pursued them, firing beams of energy that shook the hull. The Eclipse barely escaped into hyperspace. The crew was safe for now, but they knew the battle had just begun. As the ship sped back toward Earth, Captain Keller recorded a message for humanity. "To all of Earth, the Zoryans are not our allies. They see our world as a resource to be conquered. They have the technology and the power to destroy us. We must prepare for a war unlike any we've faced. They are coming." Back on Eden Prime, Seren stood in the Zoryan council chamber, her glowing eyes fixed on the stars where the Eclipse had vanished. "They will try to resist," she said to her advisors, her voice calm and calculating. "But resistance is futile. Earth will belong to us.